Bit of a fisherman going back up towards the town. That's Kerry going up there. We're on the last leg of the little ride today. Nice little leg into Mark's place at Missabotti, which is a lovely place too. Always glad to go here. Known Mark since about 1983, so a fair while now. We're all motorcycling companions and housemates as we actually shared a house in Darlinghurst. We did back in the day. Those were the days when we were young. And even sillier than now. Now it's a nice little ride into these hills. Yeah, it's a nice ride up through here. There's a river over there. We'll lose sight of it soon. And these are the kind of, I guess it's dairy country. Behind the coast, you know, that sort of coastal hinterland belt that stretches from, oh well, who knows how far. At least as far as Sydney, north to Brisbane sort of thing. Railway bridge. I don't know whether this line is actually open or not. I can't tell from there either. It probably is, I suppose. It's probably the coastal route. I don't know. Whoa, Bessie, look at that. Luckily I slowed down for that one. Hopefully Kerry didn't kill the car. Everything is quite different here now, away from the tablelands and down along the coastal fringe. It's warmer and earthier and moist. More humid, of course. that time of day now where the sun is starting to shine right in your face. It'd be good to catch up to Mark. I haven't seen him for I don't know, it must be a month or two. I usually see him fairly regularly. Kerry wouldn't have seen him for a while. Kerry would have seen Marky actually. Quite a few months. Oh, it's probably at Paul and Lizzie's place in Byron, and that was like February. They've done some road repairs. I think I was talking before on the way over to Ebor that we had a massive drought in Australia, and certainly up where we live, for about 7 years, which I realise sounds a bit biblical. And you know, during that time you get all the issues that come with severe drought. losing livestock and stuff just because you can't feed them. They literally starve or die of thirst. Bushfires that just ravaged the countryside, and then of course the drought broke and we got flooding. I should probably slow down a bit, and we've had incredible amounts of rain over the last, say, 2 years since the drought eased, broke, and but it means we're keeping these, just keeps raining and raining, except for today, which is beautiful. How about you stay on your side of the road? That'd be nice. I really like this bike in so many ways. It's a real, it's like it's a proper Harley, you know. Anyway, so massive rains, massive drought, followed by bushfires, and then massive rains, and which is typical Australia, you know. They're, you know, that Dorothy and McKellar poem, you know. I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, of ragged mountain ranges, of droughts and flooding rains, and that's how it works, you know. And anyway, the upshot of this entire fucking monologue is about how the roads are in such poor condition because of all the rain, and there isn't the kind of response that you would hope for as far as getting them fixed. So this is Bowerville, or part of it. The main part of it's down back there. And this is where Greg Inglis comes from, a famous rugby league player. He's probably not as famous as he should have been because, you know, he just got a bit petulant and lazy, I think. As some do when they're young and entitled. There's a dairy farmer who sells firewood. Quite a lot of firewood, actually. And that's his dairy farm there. And you can smell it. Smell of cattle, which is not unpleasant at all. And there's quite a lot of fun to be had in riding an old Harley with a sidecar through the coastal hinterland hills on a beautiful afternoon in spring. Magnificent views, great light, all that stuff. I would usually, you know, maybe stop and take some photos, but today, now I can smell blood and bone. Today I'm just sort of, you know, making sure I'm not too far behind Kerry. So yeah, Mark and I, there were 4 of us actually who shared this house in Darlinghurst in Sydney, which is just near King's Cross, you know, the interesting part of town, back in the late 80s. And I'd known Marky since before that. When I first met Mark, I had a 750 Bonneville, and he was riding a Z900 and had the never-ending story of trying to make it go around corners. So we kept bracing the frame and this and that, and it would just, you know, send the speed wobbles somewhere else. You know, we've been riding together off and on ever since, you know. And eventually, you know, I went overseas, lived in Germany for 7 years, and he stayed in Sydney, moved to Coogee eventually, and then eventually moved up here after he retired. And he's a solitary sort of a bloke, you know. He's never been married, never really been in a committed relationship with a woman, I guess. Dodge a few of these potholes here, or try. Oh, fuck. Fuck, as they say in the classics. And he lives up here, and we kind of, you know, keep an eye on him, and Paul and Lizzie keep an eye on him as well. And Paul was, you know, he lived in Sydney as well. When we were in Darlinghurst, he lived in Paddington, just around the block, and we used to do a lot of drinking and playing cards and going out to see bands together. Back when we were young, saw some good bands over the years. You know, the Died Pretty and the New Christ, Radio Birdman in their earlier incarnation. Oh, you know, God knows how many bands, you know. Can't even think of their names just off the top of my head at the moment. It's a great time to be in Sydney. Great time to be young. It's always a good time to be young, of course. Countryside, of course. You know, I always say this is dairy country, but a lot of the cattle I'm seeing are like Black Angus and stuff, so they're beef cattle, they're not dairy at all. It's probably because there's no bloody money in milk anymore. Doesn't get much prettier than this, does it? There's Kerry again. I guess she got lost, or she didn't want to Markies before me. Scheiße. Das ist aber ganz schön harsch, wa? Das ist aber wirklich scheiße, ja. Here we are at Marky's place. Hello, mate.
One thing you can't sneak up on us.
There'll be none of that going on, that's for sure.
I heard you're probably 10 minutes away.
Yeah, right.
It's a motorbike, but Harley. Oh, it's drawn.
It's an old, slow one. Yes. Ah. Thought I might bring my wife.
Good idea. How's the trip, mate?
Good, actually. It was nice. It was I suppose I should let my helmet off. You know, the bike was going along strong.
Sounds great.
Yeah, you know, just
Oh, Gary.
really enjoying myself.
Oh, well, thank you. Yourself? Yeah. Give you a hug too.
So, did you get lost, or you just thought you'd wait for me?
No, because I was going slow and you hadn't seemed to catch me up, and then that peak rider came behind me, so I had to speed up a bit. So I thought I'll wait at the crossroads because I'll see you, and as soon as I stopped out my window I could hear
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all it is.
yeah. I was just trotting along, you know. It's just a nice ride through that little.
You had a good trip as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice and easy. Right.
You know,
I bet say nice weather it was, but
oh, it's been beautiful.
today has been a nice.
It's